Is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, cloud swing traders. Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys had an absolutely incredible weekend. And I hope you're ready for another week in the stock market. We do got Jerome Powell, I believe, coming in this week. So things could get a little crazy. We'll see how Jerome Rome wants to act. I believe it's Wednesday that he's speaking, but we'll have to just double check on that one. We got some decent earnings coming around the corner. So I believe Nvidia might be on Thursday. Another one I've been watching it was Marvell. I think they report on Friday, I believe. So just double check those dates. I got to go through the calendar again, but I know they are coming up around the corner. But we got Bill in the house. Good morning to you. Brian, good morning. D, we got Eliza, good morning. We get Gina in the house. Good morning to Jay, JT, Justin. I can't even talk. This is Monday. Leandro, good morning. We got Lauren Martino. We got Remco, Rick, Jay in the house. We got Ron, Sylvan, Tanya's with us. Good morning to you. All my peeps in YouTube land. We got Jennifer Lovell. Good morning. We got Daniel. Good morning. We got the squadron in the house and we are ready to go. Let me just change my chat pane over to everyone from just host and panelists. And if you guys could just double check yours as well, that'd be fantastic. Sean Bell's in the house. Good morning, Sean. All right, let's start with the SPY. We do have a little bit of a gap up. Today. We do have Friday. We had a decent little, finally got a little bit of a bounce. Do I believe it yet? Not quite sold on it yet. All of Friday was just a little bit of a retest gap. So we gapped down after some decent amount of selling. I think we're still relatively in the sell the rip type mode. So we'll see what happens today. If we could get some kind of good follow through, especially if we could get a close above 440.21, there might be a little hopium. But what I think ends up happening, and this would be I have two key levels that have just been on my chart for forever. And the one thing I don't have is that little pen thing. Hold on a second. Hold on. All right. There we go. Now we got it. I think this 438.91 is a spot I'm watching heavily. It was just, again, on the screen forever. We kind of got up into the zones. We rejected it. We used it as support. So now I think that support that we just cut through like butter probably is going to be the resistance. So until we start really getting some closes above this 438.91, even into 440, somewhere around there, I think any good move just chops around. And then I do have another support somewhere around 431.82. So again, decent little sell-off that we've had in the market after just a monstrosity of a run up. My thought process is we could probably channel here at least to Jerome Powell. That's Monday to I think it's Wednesday he speaks. So next couple days, probably in the zone. Maybe we get the blessing one way or another from Jerome Powell, and that causes us to break out bullish or gives us the clapping. So we'll see if we break down on that. But I could see us just hanging out at least in this range. The good news, I mean, it's still $7-8 range. So we have a little bit of room to just kind of work. The higher we get, I think that's the opportunity to sell. And if we can get any type of a bounce, probably looking for 431.82 is some level of support. But this would be a channel that we're in. I don't know. Again, maybe we don't break out after Jerome Powell, but the longer we sit in here, the more likely I think that this happens. If it's going to be only till Wednesday and then Jerome Powell wants to take us down, it would probably happen pretty quickly. But we'll see what happens. But I think this pullback is needed for just the monstrosity of a run we've had. And again, we'll see if we can get that little bit of a bounce. Check out the Qs. QQQ. All right, we got the Qs. Same thing, looks very, very similar to the SPY. So it is a gap up. Technically, just because, and same thing with the SPY, technically it is a green candle from Friday. So on a technical basis, this is a retest gap. However, I would say sentiment is still bearish into the zone, and this gap up could be a little bit of a sign that, okay, we might take a little pause from all the selling. It might be an early stage, like potential reversal. Like, okay, we've sold it. We sold a lot. Maybe we'll get some kind of relief bounce at, worst case. And this could be the beginning of it, but I don't know. I honestly, I mean, we've been still selling the rip. Nothing has told me that we haven't sold the rips. All of this is still bearish sentiment, even though it's green candle. It's just a lot of people taking profits. So let's see if those profits have cleared, and that could open up the runway for the bulls. But target to the upside on the Qs, if we get there, would be about 361.85. And then to the downside, we do have yesterday's that Sunday VPOC. We got that Friday VPOC sitting at 356.90. So a little bit of support, about $3 lower. You got about $2, almost $3 to the upside. We're about 50-50 smack in the middle between the two VPOCs. And again, for me to have any hopium in this market that we could potentially put a bounce in, I need to see this 361.85 start to clear and hold. And then even after that, we're going to have all those moving averages start coming in. We got a whole bunch more levels of VPOCs coming in, 366. So I don't think the bulls feel that comfortable yet in the market. But again, it might be a little bit of it's just the lighter fluid to start the fire. We have that. We just need to spark and see if we could run. But right now, it's not quite clear, I don't think. Pal talks Friday. Oh, he's talking Friday at Jackson Hole. All right. I think there was a report that I read over the weekend where after the Jackson Hole meeting, historically, we've run bullish. Nothing about this market is historical in any stretch of the imagination, but yeah, I don't know. All right. So Ron's got 10 other tickers you want to take a look at or review, we could put into the chat for you guys as well. So if there's anything that you guys find interesting, throw that into the chat as well. Let me just see if I missed anything. Nope. Ron coming through. First one hot and heavy with Tesla. Jennifer Lovell wants to take a look at Tesla. We're on the same page. Let's take a look at Tesla. So we do have a little bit of a gap up, about $6 to the higher side, just under $6. I think about 30 minutes ago, we were a little bit higher than this one. Again, lots and lots of selling pressure on Tesla for the short term. Decent pullback, probably more so than the rest of the market. I think Tesla bears were cool in Tesla before the market figured out bears were cool. We have, again, this is technically a retest gap, and this is us closing the gap to the higher side. I got a moving average coming in. I don't know how much it's going to play, but 222.39, that's probably right around where we got pushed down by the bears. Let me just double check. Where did we stop? We got to like 223. So yep, right in that zone. We are using that daily moving average. That is, we got a little bit above it. And then we have Friday's VPOC or Thursday's VPOC sitting at 223.64. So not an incredible amount of room to the higher side. A lot more room to the lower side of it. But if this holds, I mean, this technically could be a little bit of a one-day island reversal if we don't close this gap. So that's one thing I would be looking for at the end of the day, at least. Is this a gap fill or not? I would say typically this should fill probably today. So I think the best course of action is to short as high as possible, maybe somewhere around the 222 zone. That would be my first spot to watch. I don't think I'd blind order it, but if we could get something up here, I might blind order this. I would be very interested in getting some kind of short on the table on Tesla, somewhere around 223.71. And then I could throw stops maybe high of the day, 226.97. So I got about a $3, $4, $3.50, we'll call it, amount of risk. You need $7 to the downside from here. That would pretty much come in, close the gap, run into yesterday's VPOC or Friday's VPOC. Man, I keep forgetting it's Monday. Crazy weekend. But yeah, so I think we still have more power to the short side. Again, this could be that little bit of like hopium, at least. Like maybe I don't know that we're going to run absolutely bullish, but maybe this is the beginning of potential relief. If we do get island reversal, that would be interesting. I saw the news on Tesla 2 today, and I don't think that was extremely bullish. So I'm not sure why the bulls are running with it, but there was a data breach in Tesla from 2 employees or ex-employees now at this point that I think Elon's already suing, but they're essentially saying that the full service self-driving abilities aren't what they seem. And then I think there was also a video released of some guy who was sleeping, passed out sleeping as the car was driving, and then somebody was behind him honking his horn for like 15 minutes or something crazy. So I don't know. To me, it doesn't seem like that would be bullish, but we're taking it slightly bullish. We'll see what happens. All right, buy the dippers out this AM. For right now, not really. It was definitely a lot earlier, but even if we go to the SPY, I mean, SPY is just selling off. If we go to Tesla, we've pretty much been hitting that high and kind of selling off. So the buy the dippers have vanished for right now. I think even if we look at SPY, yeah, this is probably the level that we have to hold on SPY. Otherwise, we probably come right back down into 436.37 for right now. But yeah, I think the buy the dippers kind of faded. Sell the rippers, I think, are still relatively strong. Jennifer wants to, or is that Jennifer? No. The Maine Coon. Maine Coon wants to take a look at Unity Software. We'll run that up. The buy the dippers are taking a little break. Unity Software. That one looks, again, this entire thing was just a retest gap, which doesn't, retest gap doesn't really change sentiment. This is an interesting location on Unity, though. I mean, sentiment is still bearish, but with all that selling, you probably have some people taking profits. Question is, how much volume came in? Decent amount. You're at the resistance now, or a little bit higher. So probably somewhere around 34.90. I'd want to see that break first. Break, hold, maybe we get a bounce off there, and then I think that gives us clearance to about 35.72. And I have a bigger target on here for like 36.80 if this thing really wants to go. You do have a little bit of, it looks a little bit like capitulation, not an incredible amount of volume, but again, this could be the start of something. I don't think we have real confirmation yet. We're gonna have to see what happens. The only other thing we could do with Unity Software, let's do a quick fib. I think this one looks like it's below the 618. Depends on how we want to draw this thing, though. I'm gonna go to the furthest one. Let's go back to here. This is really where our move started. That was the peak of it. So this is the 618. This is a very interesting spot on Unity Software. I mean, we clearly broke it. We closed below the 618. This is a retest. This might be a decent swing trade, actually. This might be a fantastic swing trade. Probably want to get in somewhere close to the open. Your stop is going to be here, so your stop would look something like this. Like if that starts breaking, just yeah, I take my money, be out. Just breaking the volume that came in, the fact that this was a retest gap that no longer holds. That's not great. You have 2 levels of VPOCs in there to hopefully support you. You're at a little bit of a resistance now. So what I would look to do anyway, is probably something like this for an entry. If this is going to be a swing trade. And I'll have to check if they have earnings or anything crazy coming out too, but something like this could be interesting. Almost buying it off of that VPOC. So I think probably Unity starts to fade at the open. That would make sense. Looking for like a 34.49 entry, 32.82 would be your stop. That's probably worth a try. You probably get maybe 1.5 hours up to 36.81. I kind of like it for a swing. Probably at open, I think this thing fades down. Again, that would be your buy opportunity. Really somewhere coming in around like 34, 33-ish. Maybe it gets to like 34.25, but that's probably how I would look to play this one as a swing, at least. For a day trade, it's only really got room if we could start breaking this 34.92 zone. And then we could see 35.75 today. But maybe a little bit choppy. But yeah, if it dips, I think buy the dip. That's your stop. So you have good risk reward coming in. Jason P. King says, so maybe the 2033 Cybertruck will actually be released along with, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Even if we go with 2033, it might not be ready yet. We'll have to see. Nvidia might be cute. Let's see Nvidia. I guess it's finally time I could retire all these rando lines. I'll leave some up there because I'm not sure why I drew them, to be fair. All right. Nvidia, yeah. It's a little bit of resistance up here too, though. Again, that it doesn't look horrible. Earnings are coming out very, very soon, though. Yeah, earnings on Wednesday. But this is a bullish engulfing candle. This is a hammer, came down, retested, key support. Not quite. Here's the biggest volume candle would be right here. Didn't quite break that. We have a little bit of a pivot. So we'd have to break through 445, 46. We're going to be running into a whole heck of a lot of resistance up here as well. Again, technically, this is a green candle, so that would be a retest. Probably take some profits. I think Nvidia looks to fade here. Maybe we could get into like 435.61. Is it a bullish attempt? But we will have to watch that one. Nvidia, I will say though, if that gives us a red candle at open, that one could be a little bit more fun. Look at this. Trading Views let me move my stocks around today. It's a good day, and it's a better day because we got Rock in the house. All right. Let me see if I missed any. Had a leaked photo of Cybertruck come out. I believe some exotic plays for promo video. Yeah, but they leak promo videos for the Cybertruck all the time. Market dropped after GH keynote last year. 223.21 exactly. Not sure what that is. All right, we got J&J. Oh, was that the Tesla? That was Tesla. Tesla probably high today. J&J. So J&J with a little bit of a drop. I don't know. I keep hearing rumors like, yeah, potentially shutting down again. COVID 7.0 is coming back. I don't really hear. I just keep hearing rumors. I don't really hear anything. So I don't know. Maybe you guys could fill me in on that. But all these, not that J&J was really coming out with vaccines, but that would definitely cause J&J to pump a little bit. Moderna would be an interesting look. AbbVie again. Pfizer. I don't know that we get to a point where we get shut down again. So this is a bearish retest gap at support. This one probably will fade higher. Let's see if this one came down pre-market at all to like, I don't know, maybe 169.02. 169. Yeah, we got right there, slightly below 169.02. This could be a double bottom pre-market. I would have to get some kind of order entry. You're going to be fighting a lot of things all the way through, but probably some kind of entry. Let's plan this one out. This is not going to be a blind order for me, but probably some kind of entry there. Stop would have to be somewhere around here. Hopefully that double bottom wants to hold. It'd be an interesting way to play it. To have a 5-wave count on the way down. Maybe a 1, 2, 3, 4. That could be 5. This could be your ABC. That might be a decent play and probably looking to target. I think you could probably get at least this on that bounce back. So that would be my target. Let's push J&J up. We'll see how it wants to open, if it wants to hold any of those levels. But pre-market does have a little bit of a double bottom in there. It is a retest gap at support, so I do like it more to the bullish side, at least at open. Let's see, CGC. Is that the canopy growth? What's happening in the world of some herbals? Canopy growth. They're at 44 cents. Wow, I haven't checked these guys in forever. I didn't realize they were down this crazy. Was there like a reverse stock split or something? No, just fell felt like crazy. Yeah, this is gonna be a tough trend to break. CGC will probably never come back. 55, roughly 55.80, we'll call it, down to 44 cents. I mean, if you have an extra 44 cents laying around, you want to take a shot, that's decent. But probably on a strict path to zero. You do have a little bit of consolidation down here. Longer term, again, if you like it, I'd prefer to buy it at 44 cents than $50. Lots of resistance. So 47, I'd say about 48 cents is going to be a bigger resistance on it. You're just inside day on this thing. So a little bit of a gap down. Support VPOC from Friday, 43 cents. And then 41 cents. I'm not, for me, I won't trade a 40-cent stock, at least day trade. Again, this is if you have money, you just don't mind losing. Like maybe from the couch somewhere, grab a couple extra quarters. It's again, it would be one of those things you just expect to lose all the money you put into it. But just in case, I mean, you never know. These things get some weird pops. But yeah, usually for a day trade basis, anything over $5 is what I would look to trade. They got smoked. I like that. All right. CGC going to zero. Yeah. Most likely it would it needs some serious help. It could bounce at zero when you're definitely right. Yeah, maybe buy for a penny. I don't know. You do have a little bit of support, like oddly enough, you have a little bit of support. Here's your bigger volume candle. So none of the confirmation really comes in until you get to like 55 cents. So if you get to 55 cents, then it's like, okay, maybe double triple bottom almost. Good support. You're finally breaking all those bears. You have some in a weird way, like the chart. It could make sense for risk reward, but again, I would going from $50 to 44 cents. That's going to be a tough one to fight back. Daniel wants to take a look at AMD. What I got 7 minutes left. All right, let's take a look at AMD. So again, AMD looks a lot like the rest of the market. So far, there's nothing really that stands out. I'm like, yes, J&J might be one of my favorites in terms of a play. If the market does want to continue to fade, probably Tesla, I would say, to the fade side of things. But this one looks exactly like the rest of the market. So there's your retest gap. So again, technically sentiment was bearish. This is probably more taking profit than anything else. That being said, if this thing comes down, you'd want to see probably 105.41 holds. So if you're going to try this thing bullish, 105.41, even on a swing trade basis, you're looking at 101.53 would be your stop. Day trade wise, it doesn't make sense for me to take that. So even if I was to do bullish entry here, right? If I go bullish entry here, my real stop is here. This is my real stop. But that would be a $4 move, essentially. I would need about $8 to the higher side, which again, maybe on a swing trade could work. Day trade, I'm going to need some kind of other levels in here. Because my next stop today, I think, where we really get some resistance is probably 107.69. So if we get a pullback and a decent candle setup, double bottom, something like that on AMD, where I could move this stop up a bit, even maybe to like 103.95, that gives me a slightly better shot. But I think we get strong resistance coming in 107.62. So we'll see. Sky says, what's your thoughts on SHOP? I mean, my long-term price to buy it at is $20 still. So they're not going to get me. But for trade basis, this is again, technically it would be a retest gap. It looks exactly like the rest of the market. Watch out for probably $54 to the high side. Try to buy this thing as low as possible, maybe somewhere around 53.07 if you're going to attempt a day trade on it. We haven't really filled this gap yet. So we still have this wide open gap somewhere around 47.12. Realistically, if you want to add some shares there or buy some shares for the long term, if you completely disagree with my $20 target, and that's the beautiful thing about the markets. More than welcome to. But 47.12 would be a decent spot to look for a retest, maybe even a swing trade. I think we're probably on leg 5 right now on the way down. So I think this is a 1, 2, probably 3, 4. I think we're somehow into wave 5. So again, I'm not sure how far wave 5 goes. We definitely have a wide open playing field down here. But I can't really go bearish on it today. Not yet. Not until we start breaking Friday's VPOC, which is somewhere. If we could start breaking down maybe like 53.12 and could hold, then I could play bearish to maybe look for that gap fill. Otherwise, until that point, I can't really do too much on a day trade on it. Can't disagree. $20 is a good price. Gonna hold for 20. Might as well for 15. Let's keep rolling. I got close. I had it on the list. I think we did a long-term thing on it when it was, I don't know, $40 or something. And I was like, yeah, my price target is $20. That's what I'm holding for. I'll start adding some shares at $20. I think we got to like $22, $23 on shop and missed me. So I never came down enough, but that's okay. I'll keep waiting. I'm all right. I'll be okay. Lots of therapy. Yeah, Jeremy's probably trying to get that gap fill, which makes sense. I can't really go. I just can't really go bearish on it today until we start breaking Friday's VPOC. And again, I don't know. I mean, the market is still sell the rip. I haven't really seen too much hold. We're sitting with one green day from Friday, and that was a retest gap. So I can't get too excited yet. So I think market will be a little bit interesting. And again, Jackson Hole Friday. All right, we got Disney. That one actually has a little bit of a gap down, still inside the candle from yesterday. Let's see if there's anything else. MPW, I think, came out with some news earlier that they did cut the dividends, but have some restructuring plans. So they were getting a little bit killed this morning. At least the news carried them up. You're at the VPOC from Friday, bullish if you want to go 749. That's got a decent short float. When I say short float, I'm speaking just only to Ron. CRWD. That one does look decent too. Let me get this one higher on the list. Again, technically it would be a retest. I think this one gets shorted probably here. You are at a little bit of resistance. But we got J&J, we got Crowd, we got NVIDIA. I'm going to move Tesla up a little bit. We'll see if any of those guys want to play nice with us today. We're above this candle. That was some decent volume. The next candle is there. So we're into, no. Yeah, we're above that one as well. Okay. Bullish. If we could break, and I don't know if we can, but 152.06, we do have some room back to like 158. So Crowd could be decent. We need a little bit more out of this thing. So give me a red candle on this, and I don't mind playing it. But unfortunately, we are just about out of time. There's that bell. So I got to stop that live stream. I got to stop the live stream. But everybody in YouTube land, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up, the like, subscribe button, and I'll